Welcome back to Business and Leisure. With the upcoming feature, BNL brings you another prominent figure in Philippine business, someone whose business fortune came about from a misfortune. This businessman turned this around to build a new business empire that now stands as a proudly Filipino homegrown product.
Mr. Cecilio Pedro is a well-known figure in the Philippine business landscape. Sitting at the helm of Lamoyan Corporation, makers of a well-known Filipino product, Happy Toothpaste. He is one of 6 siblings and the only boy born to a nurse mother and a hardworking father.
I was born in Pasay, grew up in the Philippines, in Metro Manila, and I intend to die here in the Philippines.
His mother, a nurse, instilled in him early lessons of giving.
When I was still a small kid, she goes around doing injections in our neighborhood to generate some income, at the same time to help those who cannot afford. And I remember very well, sometimes he end up abono. Instead of just doing injections, he would buy medicines to help our neighbor who cannot afford to buy medicines. So that started probably my framework for CSR, for giving back. Kailangan tumulong tayo if we can afford it.
His father worked for Birch Tree, a milk company, and from him, the young Sil learned the value of hard work and how to distribute consumer goods back in the 70s.
So when I put up this toothpaste company, medyo alam ko na kung anong dapat gawin. That's how I was able to penetrate the market in the 80s.
From kindergarten to grade 1, he studied at the St. Mary's Academy, and from grade 2 to 4th year high school, he studied at the Hope Christian High School, where many of the students are of Chinese descent. Though he has unmistakably Chinese roots, Mr. Cecilio Pedro is proud to be Filipino as well. He moved to Ateneo University after graduating from Hope Christian High School, where he became a member of the varsity swimming team. At the Ateneo, he earned a degree in business management in 1975. And just a week after graduation, he immediately plunged into the real world of business. He found a need that he readily served. At that time, there were 2 big multinationals that had cornered the Philippine market of toothpaste. The young Cecilio, or Sil as friends and colleagues know him, went about setting up a factory to manufacture the aluminum tubes for his toothpaste, and business was good for several years, until a major crisis hits his company.
Lamoyan Corporation was born out of crisis. It was in 1986. Before 1986, we were making aluminum collapsible tubes, supplying the 2 multinational toothpaste company in the Philippines. In 1987, they decided to switch from aluminum tubes to plastic laminated tubes. So I have 4 lines producing tubes with no business. And I remember at that time, I asked them, what should I do with the equipment? Sabi sa akin, problema mo na yan. So to make use of our equipments and our tools, we decided to put toothpaste into our tubes and sell in the market. So that was the start of Lamoyan Corporation, makers of Happy Toothpaste. That was way back in 88 when we started. So to come out with a name that can match Colgate with very high recall, we initially used the word smile. Because when you brush your teeth, you're supposed to be smiling. Hindi naman pwedeng magsipilyo na nakasimangot. So we tried to register that in the patent office, but we found out that it was already registered by another multinational company. So at that time, they don't have a product in the market, but it was allowed to be registered. So we went back and decided to change our brand. So the proposal was to come out with Happy. because when you smile, you're happy. But I thought the HAPPY is a bit corny to use as a brand. So I changed the spelling from HAPPY to HAPEE. Since if you pronounce the word, it's basically the same pronunciation as happy. So happy was born because of that. That was in 1988. And we started launching the product in Cebu when we initially launched Happy Toothpaste. And then after a few months, we brought it to Manila and started selling nationwide.
He chose Cebu because it was a smaller market and getting the necessary feedbacks for his product was vital. When the feedbacks came out positive, only then did he boldly set out to conquer the more discriminating Metro Manila market.
There are so many challenges. Unbelievable what the multinational companies are doing to compete and to stay alive in the market. The concern at this point for most consumer product is the shelves in the supermarket. We are not given enough shelves. So consequently, we always run out of stocks in the shelves because our shelf space is very limited. And we have so many variants because we intentionally cut the toothpaste market into segments. We have the kiddie segment, the teenager segment, the young adult segment, and even the adult matured segment. So this is our strategy in penetrating the market. And because we are not given enough space, so we don't have enough space to display all our products. So that way they limit our sales.
The multinationals have the support of their mother company, and with vast resources for advertising and distribution, it was clearly an uphill battle for Happy Toothpaste. Especially as Filipinos have gotten used to the more familiar brands as they were growing up. But Cecilio Pedro was undaunted. His distribution network never gave up and penetrated the market successfully despite the strong presence of other global brands. Today, Lamoyan Corporation is one of the proudly Filipino companies that has achieved wide acceptance. But many have wondered, why is the company called Lamoyan?
Lamoyan is the name of my grandmother. It's Lam Oy Yan. Yeah. She migrated from China to Hong Kong. She got her English name in Hong Kong and came to the Philippines. So she was a very good Christian, and in fact she was responsible in bringing my grandfather and my great-grandfather to believe in Christ. And because of her, our entire family, entire clan became Christian because of this wonderful ama. Name is Lam Oy Yan. So when I was putting up this company, I was so impressed with my grandmother. I decided to name it after my grandmother.
The big influence of his grandmother has molded him into a loving, responsible Christian. As one enters the Lamoyan headquarters, the message that greets him says it all, making a difference for the glory of God.
Over the years, I learned also from Lamoyan that giving back is an important ingredient, not just to be nice or to be good, but it should be part, because this is an instruction given by the Lord Jesus Christ. Sabi niya in the Bible, whatever you do to the least of these brethren, you do it unto me. So whatever help you extend to the least or to the poor, the poorest of the poor, and in our case, we're helping the handicapped, the hearing impaired. I have 3 schools. I'm running currently 3 schools for the deaf. One in Aborlan, Palawan, one in Cabinti, Laguna, and the other one in Nueva Ecija. Aside from running these schools, we also have centers. We put up centers, we build classrooms, attach it to the public schools, and send teachers to teach the deaf, located in many places in the country. We have 16 centers.
Cecilio Pedro was blessed with only one child, a son who now serves the company as the chief operating in charge of sales and marketing, and who is also his favorite golfing buddy. His other love is traveling.
I love to travel. I go to many places, but my favorite destination is El Nido, Palawan. The unbelievable rock formation. The water is so clean, and the resort is so friendly. So I visit El Nido regularly.
Cecilio Pedro, Filipino entrepreneur, stands out as an inspiration not only to his family and employees but to many Filipino entrepreneurs as well. His advice to them?
The key to success is of course, it's hard work. Everybody will tell you have to work hard. On top of working hard, you must learn the habit of savings. Save as much as you could. Every centavo is important. And to differentiate between a need and a want. A need, if you have to spend $100, go ahead. I learned that from my dad. But a want, if it's not needed, don't spend a single centavo. Sayang. Try to save money so you can invest in a business, invest in maybe savings that will generate more income for you. That is very important. And the last thing, I want people to learn to inculcate a mindset of not giving up, of persistence, of doing what people think is impossible. As long as you are committed, one day, through hard work, through perseverance, through many things, you will succeed, as long as you don't give up.
And since he is also proudly Filipino, he also has some words of advice to our young leaders.
We are more and more being enticed by television, by media, to consume products due to advertising. As I said, you have to differentiate between a want and a need. If you don't need it, you don't buy. But if you need it, you buy. The want is the critical part. Sometimes you want more than what you need. So you should try to avoid that. Until such time that you have enough resources, then you can buy the things you want. But initially, when you're still young, you learn what is a need. After you accumulated enough resources, you don't have to teach him what you want. It will come automatically. So just stay on the need when you're starting. Everything that you don't need, save. And then when you have saved enough, you can look at the wants.
The wisdom of saving for one's future can never be overemphasized. In this age of materialism, there is so much room for spirituality, something that will never go out of style.
I ponder on those things because my ultimate reward is not in this world. It's in the next world. It's when I meet my Creator, my God. What do you think my God will ask me? It's not gold or silver. Heaven is paved with gold and jewelries. So what you have done for His name's sake will be remembered. So that is helping the poorest of the poor, bringing the gospel of Jesus Christ to the deaf, teaching our kids to be responsible kids, and hopefully teaching our kids the basic element of entrepreneurship, and in the process bringing the gospel of Jesus Christ to our kids other than the hearing impaired. Kasi I have schools for the hearing impaired where part of the curriculum is to learn about Christ. Ultimately, there must be a reason for you to survive or to stay here in this world, and that is to glorify God. When you die, you don't bring a single centavo with you, not a single centavo. When you die, everything is left behind, and nakikinabang hindi ikaw, I don't know who. So better be prepared to invest in the next world, in heaven. Get to know God, get to know Christ, and invest the things that will be rewarded in heaven.
And that is how Mr. Cecilio Pedro, founder and CEO of Lamoyan Corporation, wants to be remembered. A man who glorifies God by helping out his fellow men.